Hey everybody, it's Jamie, and so I know a lot of you have requested another baking DIY, so let's do it. I live in Washington State now, where the term Washington apple comes from, so I figure since I have like a bajillion of them at my service, we should dive into something like that. So today, get ready as I show you how to make your own apple crumble a la mode. Let's do it, girl. Okay, so for today's DIY, I'm going to show you how to make some apple crumble as well as some delicious homemade ice cream. For the crumble, you'll need a deep baking dish, a mixing bowl, a peeler and slicing tool, 4 apples any kind, 3/4 cup flour, a 1/2 cup sugar, a teaspoon of cinnamon, a pinch of salt, and a 1/2 cup of butter, aka 1 stick's worth. You'll want to set this out ahead of time so it can start softening up for when you're ready to bake. Now for your homemade ice cream, you're going to need 1 tablespoon of sugar, a 1/2 teaspoon vanilla, 6 tablespoons of salt, 4 cups of ice, aka 1 tray's worth, a towel, and a small and large sealable bag. You'll also need a 1/2 cup of milk, cream, half and half, or whatever milky product you've got in your fridge. The creamier it is, the creamier your ice cream is going to be. All right, let's take a tumble into the apple crumble. Fumble, mumble, bumble, bubble. All right, step 1. The first step is to create your apple layer, which will serve as your crumble's filling. Peel each one of your apples completely. Then use your slicing tool to remove each apple's core. Finally, dice your apples into tiny cube pieces. Place your apples into your deep baking dish. Press them down evenly across the pan as flat as you can on top so that the crumble doesn't sneak into any gaps later. Step 2. The next step is to create your crumble layer, otherwise known as your crumble crust. Combine your flour, sugar, cinnamon, and pinch of salt. Mix them together. Then add in your stick of butter. Now you can whip this all up by hand over the course of several minutes, or if you've got a mixing tool like me, place it on its lowest setting to whip the butter into the mixture. Either way, when finished, your crumble should look like clumps of packed sand. Once it's completely mixed, place your crumble over your apple layer. Make sure it spreads out completely, covering the top of all your apples. Another optional step here is to add a little sprinkle of something over the top of your crumble for additional taste. I'm going with a 1/4 cup of rolled oats. I recommend anything that's a little crispy or crunchy like walnuts or almonds in order to add a little bit more texture to your dish. Sprinkle on a light layer of topping any which way you like. Step 4. All that's left to do is bake your crumble. With your oven set at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, place your baking dish into the center of the oven. Let it bake 35 minutes or until the top becomes golden brown. Now the amount of time it takes for your crumble to bake is the perfect amount of time for you to go grab your ice cream. Whoa, no, like where are you guys going? Not to the grocery store. You can just make your ice cream, you guys. It's like way less expensive and just as delicious. All right, ice cream step 1. Ice cream step 1. Ice cream step 1. Step 1. The first step is to create your ice cream mixture. Just kidding. The first step is to create your ice cream mixture. In your small bag, pour in your milk or cream. Then add your sugar, followed by your vanilla. When finished, press out all the air from your bag and seal it firmly. Step 2. The next step is to create what I like to call the ice box. In your large bag, toss in your 4 cups of ice. And here's the magic ingredient for making your ice cream. Toss 6 tablespoons of salt into the bag as well. The bigger the salt crystals, like kosher salt or sea salt, the better this will work. If you wanted to get all technical whiz kid about it, salt lowers the freezing temperature of water, which means that your bag will actually be colder than if it were just filled with ice alone. So that way you actually get cream to be iced cream. And who said science couldn't be delicious? Step 3. All that's left to do is to shake your ingredients. Place your sealed small bag inside your large bag. Again, press out all the air from your large bag and seal it firmly. Holding your bag with a towel so your hands don't freeze, shake, shake, shake that bag for about 5 to 8 minutes. Man, who needs dumbbells when you've got ice cream bags? Better biceps and a cold treat? You can have it all. If you wanted to flavor your ice cream, go ahead and add your ingredients during the course of shaking your bag. I'm going to go ahead and add in caramel sauce because I think it goes really well with apples, but you could do anything from like mint extract to chocolate fudge. When time's up, your ice cream is up and ready to serve. Once your crumble has cooled, top it off with your ice cream and enjoy. Also, just a note that when you make this type of ice cream, you want to eat it the day that you make it. If you freeze it again, it's like freezing frozen yogurt. It's just going to crystallize and harden harden and not really return to the same texture as you've got now. Now that you know my recipe, go ahead and make your own. You could add in any fruit to your crumble, from blackberries to strawberries, and like I mentioned earlier, you can flavor your ice cream any which way you want. Excuse me, have you heard of the moon? Well, I'm over it because this ice cream crumble is out of this world! And if you don't believe me, you can go to Uranus. Boom! How did your apple crumble turn out? Tweet me at Jamie Petito, Instagram me at HeyJamie, or just let me know on my fan page on Facebook. If you loved making apple treats, click the video on your left to make your own homemade apple cider. And if you're all about baking your treats, click the video on your right to make your own strawberry-filled cupcakes. We did it, girl. I'm Jamie, and you're on Gurl.com. Over the moon! Yes!